Ladies and gentlemen, Alex here with effective video journal number 3 for module 3. My thesis is the government should make the examination of education facilities a lot tougher because clients coming out of these PT institutes are not getting the skills, experience required to be successful at their job. They're not motivating the general public enough to lead a healthier, active lifestyle. And I've written about the experience with Stephen Sage Willis from the celebrity from The Biggest Loser. He's the trainer there for The Biggest Loser, and how his organisation that he's made is surely about making money off clients pretty much, rather than delivering appropriate education to them with a decent facility. I've read the Sydney Morning Herald, a couple of articles about how he's just made a bit of a mockery of the industry, of the fitness industry. That was on the tip of my tongue. Sorry. Okay, so straight into it. So the reason why Sage has made it such a terrible institute. So basically, he tried to go to the Administrative Appeals Tribunal to not make it a public matter, to keep it behind closed doors, and he tried to appeal the Australian Skills Quality Authorities to cancel their course accreditation. He wanted to appeal it against that, and to try and get back on his institute back up and going again. Meanwhile, it's such a poor facility that there's wires hanging over the walls of them. There's not been appropriate stationery and materials for them for the students to learn, according to them themselves. There's a couple of videos of it online. Then after charging them $18,000 a year for fees, and taking $12 million, taking $12 million of taxpayers' money to help pay for the vet fees and stuff like that they're doing, he still then has the audacity to ask them, for the students himself, for help putting up the walls at the facility with gyprock. Now these are obviously very materialistic sort of facts about the facility, and could be argued that another position is that it could be argued that he's just a rookie entrepreneur. He wants to make a good facility, but he's just new in doing so, and that's another way of looking at it. However, the sheer fact that these things are not in place is an example of how a poor facility just can't give good education. But there's a lot more. In fact, the fact that he's paid $6 million in advertising. He's paid $6 million in advertising, billboards all around Sydney with his face on it, and it's saying that, by someone's quoted saying his institute it's been the best for them, and it's made by the industry for the industry. Meanwhile, there's students complaining about the facility having not enough gyms, not enough gym space for more than 4 or 5 people to work out in at one time, which is quite sad, actually. Quite sad, especially how cheap you can get equipment from China as well. Just to get you going, sort of thing, at least, within an institute. It's just a shocking example of the disturbing truth that PTs, because there have been PTs come out here with diplomas, and essentially how they can, there's organisations like this that are just surely out there to make money off of the students, rather than they just don't have a passion to inform and educate the general public educate people on how to become successful PTs and motivate them to come back. My advice is that again, the government should really make the examinations a lot tougher on these institutes. This one's already been targeted, but there's others that are using the same principles as Mr. Sage here, just to get seep money out of people is no good. Oh yeah, so that point led into my next point, the fact that they're just pretty much about earning their money there and not giving the PTs what they need. So my next main point there is PTs, what they need, what they're not getting. So number one, definitely I didn't get, and all of my colleagues that I've met so far in the fitness industry that I've been in for 5 years now, they've self said they're not getting business skills, not getting the skills required to motivate clients to come back, to call them back up, call them up for leads, to organise stuff for clients to take home and put on their fridge, like meal plans and stuff like that, and to-do lists, and weekly planners and stuff like that. Just basic business skills, referrals, to spread their business. It's not. It's essential to keeping Australia fit. It's because every little block counts. It's not about get as much money as I can. It's about training as many people as you can, which is what these institutes are not doing. They're focusing on just the fitness aspect of it. That's all they really need to know. Tick the box and off they go. Meanwhile, they suck when they get up in their last year or two, especially 18, 19-year-olds, because they're simply not getting the coin. They're getting the motivation to stay in the role simply because the business model most gyms adopt. All the big franchises, they quite simply are subcontracted PTs that don't get paid $1 by the gym. They get thrown into the gym and they get told, there's the gym floor, there's your clients, go find them. Basically, go for it and good luck. And they teach you maybe one or two things that you might need to know very basically, but they don't get into it as much as they should within a proper diploma, a proper degree would, which is why I think they should really change. Really should change that. Which is I'll get to that point in a second. So proper knowledge on posture, huge one. I see it every day. Pisses me off. Doing a lot of different movements incorrectly that affect all the joints of the body. PTs just don't. They're not enforced enough on courses to conduct proper training, and it's quite heartbreaking. It truly is, because it's muscles and bones is their trade, and they're just not getting that. They're not getting good proper nutrition advice. We're legally not allowed to give out meal plans. But I literally did a day course for like $600 with the Australian Sports Dietitians Australia, and now I'm legally allowed to. So even if these courses could just do a simple add-on for one day to legalise them, to help to make it legal for them to deliver nutrition plans, would be just 10 steps ahead of what they're doing now, and they're not PTs don't have, in these courses, before they organise it, before they get sent on, then they're simply not they don't have the experience they need. These institutes, they give all these people a tick in a box without even bloody giving them a fitness test before getting in. There's no, I didn't have to do a fitness test at all. It's just about buddy, you look alright. You look like you have $5,000 or whatever. Pay us that, and then here's your tick in a box, and off you go. Enjoy. Sort of throwing you a bone, but it takes the individual to sort of seek out and learn more if they are passionate or want to earn good money. And essentially, it shouldn't be that way at all. I think that the governments aren't being harsh enough on these particular institutes and not conducting enough studies. I think it's, and I wanted to say that it was quite motivational to read the Gladwell readings and how silent protests can make a huge difference. I think clients and PTs who have been in this situation themselves, there's countless amounts of PTs that could, I can just list off that I know from being in the industry that I've met that just hate the fact that they know nothing compared to others, and that they don't want to redo the bloody courses. they don't want to do further training because they're not motivated, they can't see all the pieces adding together and all this sort of thing. They're not educated and informed, and they've just been ripped, and clients likewise. And there could be a movement there, could be a potential movement there quite easily, which would be bloody motivational to see and pretty good, because this is the health of the nation we're talking about quite frequently, and could spread globally quite easily, through the help of social media and further research, which is where the government comes in, which I'll go to in my conclusion. But I would like to say that obviously all these bad things that happen to these bloody PTs, these poor guys, is they're getting undermined, they're getting disrespected, they're not getting looked at as professionals, which is what they are. They come out of these institutes with a tick in a box, and they're now fitness professionals, but they're looked at upon as, oh, that guy's new, he doesn't know what he's talking about, I'd rather go train with the other guy that's been a PT for 2 or 3 years, he's obviously more passionate, this guy just knows how to lift weights, that's all, put him away again. It'd be better to see a day where people come in and then they look at a PT who's just come off course, and they'll think, oh, this guy knows what he's doing, he's come from so-and-so institute, which the government is I'm confident that the government's definitely inspected and made sure that this guy knows what he's talking about. It would be great, and the fact that this the Sages Institute as well has demonstrated how poorly the startup he's made the startup process, and it's from his startup process you can clearly just depict his goals as analyze that his goal there is just to earn money off clients, not to actually be passionate about educating them on proper PT work with the slightest. It's very depressing. It'd be greater to see like PTs that have a lot more respect, and that aren't, it'll motivate people to do more courses, because at the moment there's very controversial talk about PTs, they don't get respected, they don't get good jobs, and it's true, because it's hard bloody work out there when you're fighting for clients 24/7 and working stupid hours just to get a couple of sessions in. It's not healthy. It's not even healthy for the PTs themselves. Which leads me to my conclusion. Stephen Sage Willis's the Commandos Institute's no good. Set a poor example of what the government needs to be. Poor example for what the fitness industry needs to be doing for these, and demanding from the government for these institutes. PTs aren't getting what they need, and undermined PT is an unhealthy Australia. Simple as that. A underestimated PT is no good for no one. It's not even good for the organisations themselves, because a lot of them have bad names. And I think government should do more research on how effective these courses actually are when it comes to client retention and kilos per week. If they can literally say, oh, this organisation creates a PT that gets this exact amount to the gram on average of weight, of fat loss per client per week, and such institute earns such and such muscle per gram per week, and put these PTs and label them for what they actually are. And by doing this research will be excellent. I mean, we're being taught research at uni. Our government should set the examples of doing that. That would be a much better idea. And they should really enforce that upon the organisations and make it harder. Gyms themselves could also change the business structure. It would be awesome to keep PTs motivated, maybe towards more a client council gym aspect, like Next Generation do a good job of that actually, and Renoved Fitness as well, because they pay the PTs to do the shift work, which is awesome. Thanks for listening, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.